We decided to call Food Power because many of us working in the food poverty space for a number of years felt that we needed a programme that was really trying to, help people to take back a bit control over this sort of chronic problem we've had in the UK, sadly, for many years. We thought through forming alliances, through sharing information and knowledge, through empowering those with lived experience, we were helping build power and that sense of control in a local area to tackle some of the more immediate symptoms of food poverty, but also really develop a movement to address the root causes as well. The Food Power Network is made up of food poverty alliances all around the UK. There are about 80 or so now registered across urban, rural areas.
So today I'm representing the Food Cardiff Alliance. We're also part of the South Wales Food Poverty Alliance, and I am also a peer mentor for Wales. And that involves supporting communities, projects and organisations across the country setting up their own food power alliances or food poverty groups or projects and offering our expertise and support. But we've also found that we also learn a lot from the other places as well. So there is this huge inequality across the city. We see the impacts across health, we see it in people's mental and physical well-being. It's a real issue that needs to be tackled. One of the key focuses was around developing a pantry or similar model, and we also did a lot of work ensuring that we were not just doing a cheap food offering, but actually building up really good community infrastructure and then adding in support as well, working with loads of partners from dietitians to local public health teams to communities. It's been really exciting to see how members of the Food Power Network in Wales have really been supporting each other throughout this process. So an example here in Cardiff, today we're at the Dusty Forge, which is a community centre here. We worked with them to open Wales's first Your Local Pantry 2 years ago, and they've been really supporting the network both in Cardiff and through the workshops, supporting other members in Wales to set up their own pantries and similar projects too.
It's a membership food club where people can access a community shop once a week. They do pay a small membership fee, but are able to access food of a much higher value.
It helps me out because I'm a single mother of 3. For £5 a week, what you get here is a lot more than you would get in the shops. Everyone says, oh, it's a food bank, it's this, that. It's not, it's something you can pick your own foods, you can choose what you want, and there's people here to talk to you. It's like shopping.
We wanted to give others the benefit of some of the experience and learning that we developed. Practical issues of what kind of fridges and freezers to buy, but also about how to support volunteers and how to make sure the project is economically sustainable and lots of other issues. So we ran a series of workshops to share experience and learning with a really wide range of organisations. I was quite surprised that not just Cardiff organisations or even South Wales organisations joined these online sessions, but we had organisations from across the UK.
The impact of our Food Power work and our Alliance work has been huge and really wide-ranging. We're seeing impacts to people's mental health and physical health, people trying foods that they've never tried before, people volunteering, people getting skills, and even things like making more systematic change as well. Being part of a national programme like Food Power really helps also tackle some of the root causes of food poverty here in Cardiff and Wales. We're not just one alliance on our own, we're part of this bigger movement for change, which is really important for making a difference locally as well as a difference nationally.
The Food Power Network has been really powerful because we've been able to share and learn from other parts of the country, and particularly being a rural county, joining up with other rural counties to see what's worked there has just been really invaluable. Back in 2017, I was working for a food waste charity, and we knew from working with our community that there were a lot of people in food poverty, and we saw the opportunity to put together a food poverty action plan with Food Power. So we applied for the funding and we were successful, And then we started to build our alliance. We brought together Shropshire Council, Citizens Advice, Age UK, the Diocese of Hereford. We worked with the university and we brought together the food banks. So in our first year, we did interviews with people with lived experience to really understand the issues in a rural area and what would make a difference for them. And it was just really great to have all those people sharing information and experience and coming up with ideas together. I think the biggest impact being part of Food Power is that we've been able to build relationships across organisations. And when COVID came along, it really meant that we were able to work together really cohesively to help people very quickly.
So here at Ford Hall, we're working in partnership with our local food bank. Basically, existing clients can come to us for free to access sessions, and they might be anything from advice and support on nutrition to just coming to a green space they haven't been to before.
I'm a food bank client. I'm involved with a nutritionist to help me with getting a balance in my diet. I was diagnosed with borderline diabetes, and it's helped me to feel a lot better about myself, a bit more positive. Because of the pandemic, I wasn't getting advice from the doctors, so this has enabled me to go and get some help. I was basically living on cheap, ready meals, and because I live on my own, but this has helped me to live a more healthy lifestyle than what I had before.
It's been really wonderful being part of the Food Power Network. I've really enjoyed being able to come to the conferences and to take part in the webinars and just be part of a shared piece of learning. It's been really positive. We would never have been able to set up a Food Poverty Alliance without Food Power.
I think I knew very little about food poverty until Food Power came along. I've always been involved with food, I've been a chef, I've been in food poverty myself, but actually what it has done is situated it in a political context, and in terms of a professional level, it has also centred it in a national dialogue. I've been a Food Power peer mentor now for nearly 3 years. I have supported Norwich and Peterborough in becoming an alliance. It's fantastic to see that light go on in a group of people when you actually have explained what an alliance might look like and what the advantages are. In the same way, it was a light bulb moment for us in Cambridge when you go, oh yeah, you don't have to operate in silos. Cambridge is unique, and it has this award for being the most unequal city in the country and in fact in Europe. So the rich are very rich and the poor are quite poor. So there are pockets and areas of deprivation that are in the lowest sort of 20% in the country. We know from speaking to people and working with people that people do go hungry. They have nothing to eat. So our journey started with actually undertaking a report into food poverty in the city. So very much in the way that Food Power produced its Here's How to Write a Food Poverty Action Plan. We really quite followed that quite word for word. The most recent project that we've managed to achieve with Food Power financial support, we developed a Healthy Start Veg box, which basically it works in as much people can pay their Healthy Start voucher plus a token to access a healthy local veg box scheme. What the Healthy Veg box scheme does offer people is a dignified way of accessing fresh fruit and veg. In terms of here in Cambridge, I think most proud is the emergency response and how the Alliance came together, and they were able to put into action a response which meant nobody went hungry. And I know that in other parts of the country that didn't happen because there weren't alliances.
So it's when it's pandemic, we donate from behalf of Bangladesh Welfare Association in Cambridge. Is pandemic making a lot of people job? Those people are day by day basis earning, they are suffering, and thus Food Alliance make them little bit grief to pick up something for week. I think they are really it's a nice job done in a Food Alliance.
I am proud of the Alliance. I mean, I'm proud of actually the whole Food Power network, and just watching the way in which food poverty has moved up the political agenda, that it has come to people's attention, the amazing amount of work that goes on in the country through all those projects, be it you know, the one person, you know, one woman in her village that has got opened her garage to feed the kids, to the larger, you know, food pantries, and all of it is quite an incredible body of work, I think.